Norm Hillis, he was a saint in our club. He was always figuring out new projects and things to do. Came up with the idea that we should raise food for the needy during the summer months, because everybody's pretty generous around Thanksgiving time, but come summer everybody's on vacation. So Norm each week would see me at Rotary. We were both Rotarians at the University District Rotary Club. And he kept pushing for us to do more for the needy in July. And he had an idea of planting an extra row of seeds in the back garden with the zucchini. It took off. We went to the Pacific Northwest Bell Telephone and got them to distribute seeds at their phone stores. And we inveigled the fire department to be willing to accept the product on the weekends. Then Monday morning, the National Guard would go around and pick up all the food and give it to Northwest Harvest. We didn't do all that well. We were handling the food too many times, and it wasn't an efficient way to do it. And Norm was pleased with the progress we made, but he wanted to do more. And so it came down to the point where we decided to send a teletype out to all the sheriffs and police chiefs in the state, asking them to check with their local farmers if they had any produce that they could donate. So the first thing that happened was that we got a call from Mount Vernon for 36,000 pounds of cauliflower. And I was told I needed a refrigerated truck. It was about 90 degrees out. And the cauliflower would bolt if we didn't keep it refrigerated. And it came to me at that point that we were getting in either over our head or at least up to our hip waders. And I was a police chief. I was supposed to be protecting the campus, not trying to feed the masses. It came together nicely. We were not dealing with large amounts of money. It was a very simple concept. The biggest exposure we had to financial problems would be if we had to pay dump fees for material that spoiled on us. And so we just went forward, and each time we'd get a call, we'd think, what new innovative way can we deal with this? Probably the most dramatic one was a donation from Othello, Washington for 60,000 pounds of russet potatoes. We didn't have a truck that could haul loose, dirt-covered, unbagged russet potatoes. But thanks to Lakeside Industries, we got a dump truck to go to Othello and bring back the haul. We decided at that point that we needed an executive director, and we hired a young man out of Australia by the name of Robert Dalgleish. And Robert had a lot of go in his tank. He really got into it, and we were pushing 1 million pounds pretty soon. And he did well with the media, and First Harvest took off. We also recognized that we were getting in to creating a real resource. And one of the most important things we needed to do was treat it as a trust. That there was a bond there between service clubs and people wanting to do charitable work and people who had product that they could give us. If we could make that exchange right, we were on to something that was much bigger than our club. We wanted some stability in the project so that it wouldn't go away. One of the things you have to be careful of with volunteer groups is they can also unvolunteer. And we were generating enough produce, and the rationale behind it was becoming so clear that we didn't have a hard time getting other people to identify with what we were doing. I knew that we had to cement a relationship with the 50 clubs that were in the district. And we did do that. And it has been achieved. It now has a momentum of its own. It's recognized around the country, and some may say around the world. But the most important thing that happened was that Rotary used its influence, not its power. And there's a difference, we all know, between power and influence. I think we've been so successful with this project because people identified with the good that was coming from it and made a serious commitment to stick with it.